So many people think they're bad at public speaking, and in fact, public speaking is often ranked the number one fear, sometimes ahead of death, which is ridiculous, right? How are people more afraid to public speak than die? But this thought that you have that you're bad at public speaking, that is actually the one thing that will hold you back the most. Because the person who has the identity of being bad at public speaking, that person will not try and improve. They won't do things to consistently get better because they have this thought that they're bad at it. So why would you try if you already are giving yourself the identity of being bad at it? But the person who's like, you know what, there's things I can improve on, and if I practice, I can get better. That person will actually improve their public speaking skills. And they can use certain tips and tricks that I'll teach you in this video. But the more you have this belief in yourself that like I can get better at things, the better you will get at things. And like specifically in this case is public speaking. So don't give yourself this identity that you're bad at public speaking when like you've barely even practiced. Like you've never gone on stage. Maybe you've never made a video like this. If you've never done it, of course, it's not going to be amazing your first time, but you're not giving yourself the room to grow. You're not giving yourself the chance to actually develop your skills to see how good of a public speaker you would be. You're not giving yourself that opportunity because you're giving yourself this identity that you're bad at it. But like the first time you do anything, of course, it's not going to be amazing. Like the first podcast you make, the first video you make, the first time you do anything, it's not going to be great. But you just need to figure out what you need to focus on and then consistently try and get better and get more practice. And then the more practice you get, the better a public speaker you will be. So don't let that hold you back. And there are a couple easy ways that you can practice today in your room to become a better public speaker. And the first way is to video journal. So at the end of the day, just grab your phone and talk to it as if you were talking to a person. And this will make you so much better on camera because the more you practice this, the more you can speak for longer periods of time, and the more you can speak to your phone as if it's a person. And that's like such an important skill in 2025 because if you want to make YouTube videos or just be a better speaker on Zoom in general, you need to be able to speak to your phone or your laptop as if you're speaking to a person. And I consider this public speaking, right? Like posting videos online, I think is public speaking. And you will get better at that skill by video journaling. You just have to talk about your day. You don't even have to post the videos. But the more you do that, the more you'll develop that skill. And the more it gives you the opportunity later to post videos. And that makes you so much more efficient. Like before, when I was making these videos, it would take me hours to make a video to record it. I would repeat myself so many times, and then I'd have to edit every single line. But now I can do the video in just a few takes, and it takes me way less time. It makes me more efficient, and the videos are more engaging. They're easier to digest because I'm able to speak on camera better because I've just practiced this so much. Like I posted now for like 75 days in a row or something like that. The reason I can do this, the reason I can speak on camera without repeating myself that much, even though I do make some mistakes, is just because I've done it so much. So the more you speak on camera, the easier it will get. And if you want to get better public speaking in front of people, you just need to practice. You need to structure what you're saying, have it down, have it memorized, go on stage, practice. And the more you do that, the easier it gets. Like I do stand-up comedy, right? And that's kind of like jumping in the deep end of public speaking because you're going up there and you're trying to make people laugh. But even though sometimes you go on stage and your jokes don't hit the way you want them to, it's like you develop the skill of overcoming the fear because everyone feels uncomfortable going on stage. Unless you've done it like a bunch of times, the first time you do it, you'll feel uncomfortable. But if you sign up for some sort of public speaking class or like Toastmasters is another one, or you do some stand-up comedy, you do something that involves speaking to a group of people, then you'll actually develop that skill even more. Or even just like with your friends. One thing you could do is at like a birthday party, you could just give a little speech about like the person whose birthday it is. That's one way to practice your public speaking skills. Or if you're like in a group, just be like, hey guys, I wanted to say like thanks for if you invite like friends over to your place, you could just be like, hey guys, I want to say like thank you guys for coming over, and then just give a little speech. And the more you do that, the better you'll get at public speaking. So it's like you just need to find opportunities for you to practice speaking and then do that consistently. And I really think one of the most important ways that I already mentioned is video journaling, because the more you do that, the more you can talk for longer periods of time. And don't try and like cut up the video. Just talk free form, just press one take, just talk to your phone about your day. And if you do that consistently, you'll get much better at public speaking. And of course, it's going to feel uncomfortable. It's going to feel weird speaking to your phone if you've never really done that. Of course, it feels uncomfortable. You're leaving your comfort zone. When you leave your comfort zone, you feel uncomfortable. But that's also where the growth is, right? Because if you were just staying in your comfort zone, you wouldn't grow. But the more you leave it, the more you feel uncomfortable, the more your comfort zone grows. So even though it won't be easy, it will be worth it. Life's not easy, but it's worth it. Take care.